In the frozen Arctic, could massive industrial farms really be breeding snow wolves for fur and meat? At first glance, the idea sounds like something out of a dystopian movie. Rows of powerful predators raised in captivity, processed like livestock. But the truth behind this claim is far more complex. Arctic wolves are not traditional farm animals. They are wild apex predators, native to the remote regions of northern Canada and Greenland. Their survival depends on vast territories, harsh climates, and tightly bonded social packs. Turning such animals into industrial livestock would present serious biological, legal, and ethical challenges globally. Wolf populations are protected or strictly regulated under wildlife conservation laws. In many countries, including the United States, the sale and trade of wolf parts face tight restrictions. International agreements also limit commercial exploitation of wild species. So why does the idea persist? Part of the answer lies in the powerful global markets for luxury fur and exotic products, and in the viral nature of dramatic online content. A closer look reveals not a hidden mega-industry, but a broader conversation about conservation, consumer awareness, and how easily myth can spread in the digital age. When people use the term snow wolves, they are usually referring to Arctic wolves, a subspecies of gray wolf that lives in the far northern regions of Canada and Greenland. These animals are uniquely adapted to extreme cold. Their thick white coats provide insulation and camouflage, while their powerful builds allow them to travel long distances across snow-covered terrain in search of prey. Unlike cattle, sheep, or other domesticated animals, wolves are wild predators. They are highly territorial, socially complex, and dependent on large natural habitats. For these reasons, they have never been traditional livestock. The idea of large-scale wolf farming is not only unusual, it raises serious biological, ethical, and legal questions. So why does the concept attract attention? Part of the reason is global demand for luxury fur products and niche markets that promote exotic meats. In the age of viral videos, dramatic factory-style content can spread quickly online, often without context. Striking imagery and bold claims tend to generate clicks, even when the full story is far more complicated. At the same time, modern concerns shape how wildlife is treated worldwide. Conservation laws, animal welfare standards, and international trade agreements regulate the use of wild species. In the United States, federal and state protections limit how wolf populations can be managed and how their parts can be sold. Understanding the reality behind such claims matters for American viewers. Consumer choices influence global supply chains, ethical sourcing, environmental responsibility, and informed decision-making all begin with separating verified facts from attention-grabbing fiction. To understand whether Arctic wolf farming could even exist, we have to start with wildlife status. Arctic wolves are not classified as traditional livestock. They fall under wildlife management systems governed by national laws in Canada and Greenland, along with international conservation agreements. Their populations are monitored, and in many regions, their protection is built into environmental policy. Next comes the legal framework. In most parts of the world, commercial wolf farming would face serious regulatory barriers. Permits for capturing, breeding, or selling wolves are tightly controlled. In the United States, federal and state laws regulate how wolf populations are managed, and the commercial sale of wolf parts is restricted or prohibited in many cases. These layers of oversight make large-scale industrial breeding highly unlikely. It also helps to compare wolves with established fur industries. Farms that raise animals such as mink or fox operate under specific agricultural systems developed over decades. These species have been selectively bred for captivity. Wolves, by contrast, remain wild predators with strong survival instincts that are not suited to confinement-based production models. Biology adds another layer of complexity. Wolves require large territories, structured social packs, and protein-rich diets. Their territorial behavior and hierarchy systems make intensive breeding environments difficult and potentially unstable. Even in legal livestock industries, processing standards are strict. Regulated slaughter methods, veterinary inspections, Sanitation controls and product traceability are required to meet health and safety laws. Finally, global trade is governed by agreements such as CITES, which restrict the cross-border sale of many wildlife products. These combined factors create significant legal and practical barriers to any large-scale commercial wolf industry. Arctic wolves are built for movement. In the wild, a single wolf can travel more than 20 miles in a single day while tracking prey. Across snow and ice, packs may roam across vast territories that stretch for hundreds of square miles. This natural behavior highlights a key reality. These animals are designed for open landscapes, not confined spaces. Attempting to contain such wide-ranging predators would present major logistical and welfare challenges. In the United States, laws surrounding wolves are strict and layered. Federal protections, combined with individual state regulations, control how wolves are managed and how any parts or fur products can be sold. In many cases, commercial trade involving wolves is heavily restricted or outright prohibited. These safeguards reflect broader conservation priorities and public policy decisions. Meanwhile, the global luxury fur market has shifted. Over the past decade, demand for certain natural furs has declined as synthetic alternatives improve in quality and affordability. Many fashion brands have adopted fur-free policies, responding to changing consumer values and ethical concerns. This trend reduces financial incentives for expanding predator-based fur industries. Online, however, perception can differ from reality. Dramatic factory-style videos sometimes blend computer-generated imagery, staged scenes, or footage from unrelated industries to create eye-catching narratives. In the fast-paced world of social media, compelling visuals often travel faster than careful verification. In contrast, wildlife tourism has become a significant economic driver in Arctic regions. Guided expeditions, photography tours, and conservation programs generate sustainable, long-term revenue while preserving ecosystems. Protecting living wolves in their natural habitat often proves more valuable than exploiting them, reinforcing the economic case for conservation over industrialization. Quality control and sustainability are central to any discussion about animal-based industries. In countries where fur farming is legal, operations are typically required to follow recognized animal welfare standards. These standards may include proper housing conditions, access to veterinary care, sanitation procedures, and regulated processing methods. Inspections and certification systems are often used to confirm that farms meet national laws and international guidelines. Environmental responsibility is another major concern. Large-scale animal operations must manage waste carefully to protect soil and water sources. Secure containment systems are essential to prevent escapes that could disrupt surrounding ecosystems. In Arctic environments, where ecosystems are especially sensitive, even small environmental changes can create ripple effects across wildlife populations. Conservation experts also emphasize the importance of protecting apex predators. Wolves help maintain ecological balance by naturally controlling prey populations. This balance supports plant life, strengthens habitats, and contributes to long-term biodiversity. For many scientists and policymakers, preserving predator species is seen as an investment in environmental stability. At the same time, global markets are shifting. Many companies now promote certified sustainable materials, while advances in technology have produced high-quality synthetic and lab-created alternatives. These innovations aim to reduce environmental impact while still meeting consumer demand. In the end, the issue often comes down to long-term strategy. Short-term resource use may generate immediate profits, but long-term ecological stability supports tourism, community development, and responsible economic growth. Sustainability is increasingly viewed not just as an ethical choice, but as a practical path forward. The idea of Arctic mega-farms raising snow wolves for fur and meat may sound dramatic, but it raises far more legal and environmental questions than practical answers. When we examine the facts, the concept becomes difficult to support. Arctic wolves are wild apex predators, protected or regulated under conservation laws and international agreements. Their biology, behavior, and ecological role make large-scale industrial farming not only complex, but highly unlikely. In reality, strict wildlife protections, trade regulations, and animal welfare standards create significant barriers to any commercial wolf breeding industry. At the same time, growing public awareness has reshaped global markets. Consumers today are asking tougher questions about sourcing, sustainability, and environmental impact. For American viewers, this matters. Every purchase connects to a supply chain. Understanding where materials come from and whether claims are grounded in fact helps separate credible information from viral speculation. Looking ahead, the future of Arctic industries will likely depend less on exploiting wildlife and more on innovation, responsible resource management, and transparency. Protecting fragile northern ecosystems is not just an environmental goal. It is an economic and ethical investment in long-term stability